Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel, English for Long Life. I'm Michelle and today I'm here to share with you our new series of lessons under the major content of grammar. When you hear the word grammar, you feel it's so difficult and you also feel boring because there is a heavy load of content to study under it. But what if we suggest an easy technique that you could easily cope up to learn grammar? Would you like to know what that important tip is? Then stay connected with us. So let's get started. Now what if someone asks you to describe the word grammar? Would you be able to give a correct definition regarding it? Or would you find it difficult? Or will you find it confusing to describe the simple word grammar? Let us give our attention towards the definition which we bring from the dictionary. Grammar as the rules by which words change their forms and are combined into other senses. It is also the body of rules that describes the structure of expression in English language. This includes the structure of words, phrases, clauses, and also sentences. But it's almost confusing now because you exactly don't know what I meant earlier. As I mentioned earlier, grammar contains a heavy load of content. So let us start learning the basics in an easy way. To give it a start, let's commence with the basic parts of speech. From that, we will be discussing the first topic, which is nouns. Today, our major topic is going to be parts of speech. As we all are aware, there are 8 major parts which are important under parts of speech. But today we will be discussing the first important topic, and that is a noun. Under this lesson, we will be showing you how to define a noun, how to classify a noun, how we could use nouns in our daily usage, as well as we will be providing you a lot of examples. So let's continue. Now let us see how exactly we could define a noun. A noun is a word that names a person, place, thing, or idea. Now, if we look at the examples, we can describe this saying that person means man, Mrs. Pereira, or doctor. You can name any person. So, be specific. Like if you name any person or if you give a name for a person, that is a noun. Next is even a name of a place like this, river, Paris, mountain. They are the nouns that describe or state the place. Next we have a noun is also a word that describes a thing, just like dog, book, sports car, or any kind of things that could be touched are also nouns. The last one is idea. It is a feeling or an emotion. Love, time, intelligence. That means you cannot touch them, but you can feel them. So now it's clear that nouns are categorized into 4 main parts, such like person, place, thing, or idea. Next, let us see how we can classify the nouns. Now, under the first classification, the first important category is concrete nouns. Let us see what concrete nouns are. These are the names of people, places, or things that you can touch, see, hear, smell, or taste. So whatever the things that you can touch, smell, hear, see, those are all concrete nouns. And under that, I have provided some basic examples like this. Person, just like mother, Mr. John, and teacher. Place, like ocean, home, shopping mall. And things such as cat, table, and pet. So the next important category under the classification of noun is number 2, and that is abstract nouns. Well, now let us have a look at the definition of abstract nouns. Names, ideas, concepts, or emotions. These are nouns that are intangible, which means you cannot touch, see, hear, smell or taste them using your 5 senses. So whatever the things that you cannot touch are named as intangible. So these intangible nouns are really classified under abstract nouns. So under this, we have categorized our examples into 2 major parts such as ideas and emotions. Ideas just like justice, religion, time, and emotions just like happiness, anger, excitement, and fear. The third important topic under our classification of noun is common nouns. What is a common noun? A common noun can be briefly explained as a name of any person, place, thing, or an idea. But remember, they are not capitalized unless they come at the beginning of a sentence. So if we use a common noun at the start of a sentence, it means you should capitalize the common noun. But if you use the common noun in middle of the sentence, you shouldn't capitalize it. Number 4, proper nouns are the names of specific people, places, things, or ideas. The next important rule here is proper nouns should always be capitalized. So proper nouns are being capitalized, whereas common nouns are not being capitalized. Just look at the examples here. Now the common noun which is given us is boy. And the proper noun which goes under the common noun is James. So you can commonly call any male person a boy, but specifically calling a particular person is James. So you don't capitalize boy here, but you capitalize James as it specifies a particular person. Same way you take the next common noun, town. Here you can see town, the letter T is not capitalized, but the proper noun London is capitalized with L. That is because London is a specific place, whereas town is a common noun. The fifth main important category under our classification of noun is compound noun. Have you got any idea regarding what a compound noun is, or the different ways you can write a compound noun? Let us have a look and see how it sounds. A compound noun is a noun made up of 2 or more words. Each word makes up a part of the meaning of the noun. That means a compound noun simply means it is a combination of 2 words. At the end of the time you end 2 individual words, it combines up and ends as a noun. And that particular noun is known as a compound noun. There are 3 basic ways which you can write a compound noun: as a single word, as 2 words, or as hyphenated. Just like this, haircut. This word haircut, there are 2 individual words such as hair and cut, but you join it and you prepare a single word which finally turns as a compound noun. Next one is toothpaste. There also you have 2 individual words or nouns, but you join them and you end up as a single word which finally means again a compound noun. 2 words, rain and forest. Now you can see there is a small space between these 2 words. They're not joined together, but they are kept as 2 words, but still they are categorized under compound nouns. Rainforest and ice cream. The final category is hyphenated. In there you can see a small change because we have added a hyphen over there. So this hyphen, because of this hyphen, we call it the hyphenated compound nouns. Self-esteem, brother-in-law. Here, it doesn't mean that you can write without hyphens. You should write because there are two individual words which give out two individual meanings, and finally these two also are categorized as compound nouns. The final important element in our basic classification of noun is number 6, and that is collective nouns. Do you know what collective nouns are? Or have you used them in your daily usage? Or are you not aware of what a collective noun is? Okay, let us have a look and see what it is. Collective nouns. It names a group which is like a collection of people or things. So wherever you see a collection, it could either be people or things. Or if they are in groups, they formed in some particular place for a particular purpose, then they are collective. So, these collective people or things could be specifically named with particular phrases or particular terms. So, these particular terms are known as collective nouns. Now, let us see what these terms are. Number 1, family. Number 2, herd, choir, committee and team. Now, as you have a glance, you can see only 5 collective nouns. Amidst these 5 words, there are a lot of collective nouns in English vocabulary, but we have used 5 important commonly used collective nouns here, which could easily help you to use in your daily conversations. Now, if we talk about family, you can say a family of relations, a family of cousins, so any person or people getting together in group, if they belong to your family, you could use this collective noun as a family and you can join the remaining part of the noun. That is like family of cousins, family of relations. The next one is herd. If you see a group of animals or a group of cattle, a group of elephants gathered somewhere for a particular purpose or without a purpose, you can mention herd of elephants, herd of cattle. The next one is choir. You use this for a specific term like to mention about singers. So you can say if there is a group or a collection of singers, you can say a choir of singers. Now, committee. It could be a committee of members, committee of director board, so on. Like if you see any people gathered for a particular purpose again, and if it's people, not things but people, then it's committee. The next important phrase and the final one which we have brought to you under this category of collective noun is team. It could be a team of leaders, a team of students, team of entrepreneurs. So there also it is used for people. Now remember, all these are groups of either people or things. That means family is a group, herd is a group, choir, committee, team, they all are groups. So if you cannot say for an individual person a group. That means it simply sounds like you cannot use a collective noun where there's only one individual. But if there is a group of individual or group of things, then only you can use a collective noun. So now you can use these basic collective nouns by collecting more and more of collective nouns. You can search them from the internet, you can search them by reading various books, collect them and use them daily in your conversations to improve your vocabulary. From the start of the lesson, you might have seen why I have put a note on the top of the board. And that is very important and specifically because learners do misuse pronouns as nouns. So remember that pronouns are not nouns. There are various kinds of pronouns you might have learned like reflexive, possessive and various kinds. They only mention about people. For example, it's I, she, he, it, you, we, they and so on. But remember that you don't use pronouns as nouns. Now we've reached towards the end of our first part throughout our second series of lessons, which we came up with the major topic of grammar. Now here we're discussing regarding the summary. So we said, when starting to learn grammar, the most important basic stage is to learn or start with the parts of speech. So within our video today, we discussed what a noun is, we explained you with the definition, and then we showed you several classifications such as concrete nouns, abstract nouns, common nouns, proper nouns, compound nouns and collective nouns. There are a various kind of more nouns, but for a basic user, the major important six-part or the six-part classification of these nouns would easily help you to improve your vocabulary for your daily usage. So, stay tuned with us for our next videos as we will be coming up with lessons that are very important and that could incredibly help you to improve your ability of improving the vocabulary. Not only that, you could also listen to our videos and improve your pronunciation ability too. If you've not watched our previous videos, you can click on the links which is available in the description box and you can start practicing. And stay tuned with us as we will be coming up with the remaining parts of speech throughout our next videos. Goodbye!